What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. Now, we're going to talk about Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders, pretty much, he has some things to say about Mary Kay Cabot. And I'm going to tell you why it is bringing heat on Shador. Even though Shador didn't say anything. Now, some people, I saw your comment on my video I made. You saying, well, leave Shador out of this. No, he's in it. He's in it. And I'm going to explain why. Hold on one second. I was actually, to be honest with you, I was a little surprised. Oops, excuse me. Hold on one second. Where is my, oh, there it is. There it is. I was looking for my charger. To be honest with you, I was a little bit surprised that he even mentioned Mary Kay, to be honest with you. I'm talking about Shiloh. Because, you know, beat writers, they're gonna have their opinion. That's a part of the game. All right, hold on one second here. Give me one second. Okay. A lot of people are weighing in on their opinion. And like I said, it'll eventually, the story will eventually go away. It will. But anything involving Shador, here's the thing. Shador, he's not even a starting quarterback yet, and he gets all of the attention. Imagine if his brother says something. It's all going to come back on Shador. That's just the way it is. The Shador is like a target of the media. Why? Because they get clicks. Okay, they don't get clicks talking about any other player more so than they talk about Shador even last year. So I'm not gonna say Shiloh should watch what he say, but I'm just saying he brought heat to Shador. He shouldn't watch what he say. He said he's in the media. He has his opinion like everybody else, and I agree. But what's gonna happen is that heat is gonna go on Shador. And you can see the coach has already addressed it and stuff like that. Um, some people are going to take it that he's being sexist when he says she need to go make a sandwich, and he was comparing her to other women beat writers. It's not going over well. It does come off as a little bit sexist. It does to some people. To me, I don't care. I don't care, but I'm just telling you how this system is set up. They're going to try to destroy Shador. So he has to be mindful of that because at this point he shouldn't even say anything. Don't even say nothing when it comes to Shador and starting in Ohio. This is Shador situation on his own. Shador has to deal with this on his own. This is the first time in Shador's life that he has to compete for a quarterback position. This is the first time. He didn't have to compete ever for a quarterback position. But I'm here to tell you, I'm being real with you right now. There's no quarterback competition. Not when you pay somebody $230 million guaranteed. Every single cent. I found out, I had to go look at it. Every single solitary cent of that contract is guaranteed. I never heard of that before for NFL. All of it is guaranteed. I had said in my video his agent needs to be in the Hall of Fame. He has a young agent too. That his agent needs to be in the Hall of Fame at this point. And then he also is the same agent that worked out Micah Parsons' contract. This guy needs to be in the Hall of Fame. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame for agents, man. And he's just getting started. Yeah. So listen, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame for that damn contract. I didn't realize that the whole contract is guaranteed. I didn't realize this. The entire contract is guaranteed. They're going to play him. They want a return on their investment. They don't want to pay him $230 million that he's sitting on the bench chilling. Because think about it. I would do the same thing if I was Deshaun. I would sit the bench. Okay, if y'all don't want to play me, you still have to pay me. If you don't want to play me, you still have to pay me. If Deshaun go out there and he gets a headache and he can't play, guess what? They still have to pay him. There's no incentives either. They still have to pay him. You know how some contracts they have incentives? If you play a certain amount of games, you get paid? Not for Deshaun. He gets paid regardless. So yes, they're going to play him. I told you guys last year, nobody listened to me. I said that this is a bad situation for Shedeur to be there. I told y'all this. I told you this last year. He should have went to the Jets. And people say, "Oh man, no, not the Jets." Everybody getting behind Cleveland. I told you this is a dead end spot for him. I knew Deshaun, as soon as Deshaun get healthy, that's his job. Okay? That's his job. And then some people seem to think, well, Deshaun ain't gonna be there next year. Yes, he will. If Deshaun come back and he do great, he's there next year. He's gonna be there until that contract runs out because they pay him $230 million. Now here's the situation for Shador though. He wants to play. The reason why he wants to play, I mean, think about it. You think he has to feel slighted a little bit because him and Cam, they used to work out together. I always say they was like kind of similar quarterbacks, right? Here is Cam. He has an organization that's centered around him. They're centered around. I saw him walking through the stadium that they were constructing, and they walked Cam through there. They rolled out the red carpet for Cam. They didn't do this for Shador. Shador's situation took a different turn. He took the, you know what Shador is? He's the journeyman. He took the journeyman's turn. And we still don't know exactly 100% why he fell that far in the draft. Now, there's been a lot of talk behind the scenes on why he fell behind the draft, but that's neither here nor there now. He has to deal with the hand that he's dealt. The hand that he's dealt is he's in Cleveland. No quarterback works out in Cleveland. Do you understand? No quarterback works out in Cleveland. No. Ask Johnny Football. Did he work out there? Nobody. Okay? That's where quarterbacks go to die. That's just the bottom line. Their careers never work out there. Okay? Ask the other quarterback. Okay? So he's there. It's the organization, guys. The organization has to get behind you. Now, when the organization drafted the new quarterback this year, wasn't it a different feel? Did you see how they were talking about him? They weren't talking like that with Shedeur. They're talking about this guy like they can use him. They wanted to draft him. Even though they drafted him late, they wanted him there. Okay? I told you there was something with the NFL, and they said, don't draft this kid. I told y'all this last year. Something happened. Something went very wrong behind the scenes for this kid to fall that far in the draft. Something went very wrong. And guess what? It didn't have nothing to do with football. Didn't have nothing to do with football, I don't think. So here we are again. I knew we were gonna have this conversation when Deshaun come back. I knew it. Okay? I am not paying nobody $230 million to sit the bench. I'm sorry. He's playing. I don't give a damn if he's 85%. He's playing over the other quarterbacks. This has nothing to do with Shador. This had nothing to do with him. He's going to have to wait. Now, if Deshaun something unfortunate happened to him in the season, because we know this is a long season, then Shador will go in. But here's the thing. Deshaun is a veteran. He knows this game. He's been in big games before. He's the veteran. They're going to play him. I'm telling you this. They're going to play him. I'm not sitting here we ain't sugarcoating over here. No, we're not doing that. We're not sugarcoating. We living in reality. The reality is he is the backup. That's the reality. You said Shiloh has not put Shador in any position. Racist NFL owners are too. What? Hold on a second. Let me read this again. Shiloh has not put Shador in any position. Racist NFL owners are to blame. You mean are to blame? Are to blame? Period. You mean are the blame? No. That's you're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting it. You don't understand the system. You're not getting what I'm saying. I just said that he put him in a bad position. I meant that. Didn't I just say it don't matter what this family say, that it's gonna make media? I'm dead serious about this. You got to go back and rewind it. Go back and listen to what I said. What I said was anything they say makes the media. That's just who they are because his father built that situation. Remember, his father is prime time. Okay? Anything that they say will be in the media. It doesn't matter what they say is going to be in the media. That's just the way it is. So if you know that's the way it is, he shouldn't have said that. Whether Shador not playing or not, or whether that's Mary Kay's opinion. Her opinion holds no water, correct? Her opinion holds no water. The fact of the matter is, the only person that holds water right now is Deshaun Watson, because he got $230 million. He's one of the richest football players on the planet right now. His situation holds water before anybody. It don't matter what Mary Kay is saying. Don't matter what she's saying. It's up to the coach and it's up to Deshaun, whether he's playing or not. And if Deshaun is healthy and he's moving at least 90%, he's starting. It doesn't matter what nobody thinks. Now, like I said, Shiloh can say what he want to say, but it's gonna bring heat on his brother. That's a fact. If you don't know how the system run, I can't help you. If you don't know how this system runs, I know how it runs. I know that they're looking to burn this kid. I know they are. They're looking to burn him. Okay? They're looking to burn him. I know somebody that worked for the Jets. They feel like he's entitled. That's the word that was going around. Not for the Jets, though. They want him, though. Not for the Jets. That's why I say he need to go to the Jets. But the thing is, Cleveland won't get rid of him. Okay? I told y'all this before. Cleveland won't get rid of him. There's other teams that want him. There's other teams that want Shedeur. He's stuck in Cleveland, man. He's stuck in Cleveland. Okay? No, don't come on, man, with me. Let me just start reading the comments. Let me just cook and then get up out of here. I'm just start reading it. Y'all don't understand. Some people don't comprehend what the fuck I'm saying here. I'm telling you, whatever Shiloh says is going to hurt Shador. I'm telling you this. I know for a fact. Okay? I don't live since the Reagan administration. I know how this fucking system works. Some of you are too young. Okay? Nothing changes under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun here. Okay? So, you miss me with all that. Yes, it will hurt Shador. Yes, it will. Okay? Because I'm like, damn, look what your brother's saying. And listen, Shiloh hasn't finished. They're not done with him yet. They're going to come back to him. The media is going to get ready to tear him up. I'm just telling you this. But now that he's in the media, he just got to deal with it. If he got thick skin, then he's going to play ball. If he's ready to be highly opinionated, he better have thick skin. Because they coming for him. I'm just telling you how this system works. I did not say the small hats run this system. If you don't know what I mean, just listen to Let Me Cook. When I say the small hats run this system. If you don't know what I mean, just sit back and let me cook. Okay? Let me cook, because I know that Shiloh doesn't know this. I do. He doesn't know this, because if he knew it, he wouldn't have said anything. Okay? If he knew it, he wouldn't have said anything. You listen. Let me explain. Let me tell y'all this real quick. This is the crazy part. Coach, I thought he had a little bit more pull in the NFL than he did. He doesn't, because they wouldn't have treated his son like that. How he fell, so he fell that far. Trust me, you. He was up for. He won an award at Colorado, the Johnny Unitas Award. He was also in the running for the Heisman Trophy. There is no way that he should have fell that far. It's other than football. Guess who else this happened to? Guess who else it happened to? Diego Pavia. When you know how Diego didn't get drafted, that wasn't because of football. You know what it was? It was because of his mouth, what he said at the Heisman Trophy thing. That's why he didn't get drafted. These people they don't give a damn what color you're. It's them or you. They want to teach you a lesson. They just taught Diego Pavia a lesson. They want you to go along to get along. They don't want you to be opinionated and outspoken. They don't. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Well, no, well, then join another profession. Well, we need to have more owners anyway. Why we have so many we need to have more owners that look like us. We don't. Or they need to go to another profession. But the way the NFL is set up, they don't want nobody outspoken. Okay? Opinionated. They want you to just go along and get along, and that's it. They want you to sit up there and cry on draft day and thank God that somebody picked you. That's what they want. Half these players go broke by the time they retire. It's not all peaches and cream like you think. Okay? They want to control their power. The NFL is the last sports that has complete power. The NBA, the players have the power. The Players Association have the power in the NBA. In soccer, the players have the power, not the owners. The NFL is the last organization where the owners completely have the power. Go look. They completely have the power still, and they're trying to maintain it. They're trying to hold on to it. Do you know how powerful the NFL is? Remember, there was a lot of talk and the movie came out about CTE. Shiloh said CTE ain't real. He said that. He the one said it. He don't think it's real. He said it. But they still not showing him no favor. Okay? He knows CTE is real. He knows that. If he don't, I'm here to tell him. CTE is very real. He said somebody asked him a question. It was a vlogger. Do you think CTE is real? He sat up there and said, no, it's not. He don't think so. He said that. You know how powerful the NFL is to calm down that conversation so we won't talk about it no more? They're very powerful. They put out a lot of money. You go back and look at Dave Dorison. He played for the Chicago Bears. He donated his brain for study, and they found out that he had a very advanced form of CTE. Aaron Hernandez, they used to play for the New England Patriots, the tight end. He had the most extreme form of CTE. They can't detect CTE until after death, and they have to analyze the brain tissue. But my thing is, the NFL is still thriving. That means that they got some very powerful people that's backing them for them to still be thriving. This machine that Shedeur is a part of, they don't want they don't want nobody to be outspoken. They don't. They don't want to. They just don't want it. But here's the positive thing, though. You got to look at this. You got to take the good and the bad. The positive thing is there's not a lot of quarterback positions to go around in the NFL, and he has a position. Out of all the players in the country, Shedeur is hired in the NFL as a quarterback still. That's a good thing. Because anything can happen. This is a long season. Deshaun could get hurt. And guess who's going in? Shador is going in. Shador is going in. What if Deshaun is struggling, right? They possibly could put Shador in. But the fact of the matter is, like Mary Kay, that's just her opinion. She's a beat writer. She's been there for a long time. Somebody told me, well, she's been there ever since Tyrod Taylor. I know that. I know that. Okay, you don't have to tell me. I know. I know she's been there that long. But the thing is, she feels as though they should name Deshaun Watson as the starter now. I don't agree with that. Let me tell you why. You cannot name Deshaun Watson as the starter yet. You have to let him go through all of the conditioning, all leading up to training camp to see if his leg still holds up. If his leg still holds up by training camp leading up to the first game, then they name him the starter. But they act like, they can act like he's the starter, with his installations and everything. Because I heard Shador still don't even have any installations. But have his installations, yes. You treat him as a starter, but you don't name him as the starter until you know for sure that he's the starter. Right now, just because all they were doing really was throwing the football around. They were doing light training. That's not enough to name him the starter yet, even though unofficially he's going to be the starter. Why? Because of the contract. That's all. This thing is simple. This thing is simple. I had said last year that Deshaun is starting. I said it last year. People say, oh, no, he's not starting. Yes, he is. You don't pay somebody $230 million guaranteed just to sit the bench and drink Gatorade. No, you're going to play him. It don't make good business sense to sit somebody and you paying them all that money. And guess what? They can't just get rid of him. They got to hold him for a certain amount of years. I think next year is it. I think next year they have to hold him until their season is over, till next season is over. And then they can possibly get rid of that contract. But as of right now, they can't get rid of him. Just that easy. So that's the nature of his contract. He has his contract is beast mode. He has a hell of a contract. So let's say if Deshaun gets hurt again and he can't play football no more, they're going to be paying him into the 2030s. It's going to be 2032 and they're still cutting him a check. The New York Knicks just finished paying Allen Houston about 8 years ago. They just finished paying him. And when did Allen Houston stop playing for the Knicks? They just stopped paying him it wasn't 8 years ago, about 6 years ago. They just finished paying Allen Houston. So they're going to be paying Deshaun Watson into the 2030s. To the 2030s, he's still going to be getting paid. Shador and them all be retired by then, and they still paying him. I mean, not retired, but he won't even be playing there no more, and they still paying Deshaun. That's how crazy that contract is. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback from Atlanta, I forget his name. Their agents should retire and go to the Hall of Fame. All their agents should go to the Hall of Fame. They're Hall of Fame agents. I don't know who negotiated Trevor Lawrence contract. All his stuff is guaranteed. Trevor Lawrence, even though he had a pretty decent season last year, he had a decent season. Everything I'm saying is coming to pass. Even when I said with Travis, they're not using him right. They're not using him right. They're not using him right. You have to use Travis how they used him at Colorado. That's how you got to use them. They don't want to do that. The NFL doesn't want to do that. I knew they weren't going to do that. They were talking like they were going to do that, but they're not doing it. Now there's talk about him just being a defensive back, but we'll see what happens with that. But Shedeur, does he have an opportunity to eventually start? Yes. But they're going to give Deshaun the go. That's it. Unless they're just going to cut their losses. Okay, we're just going to pay him the whole $200 million just to be a cheerleader. Because I'm sure he'll be happy to do that. Okay? We're just going to pay. I'm glad that, the thing is, though, I'm glad they paid Deshaun all that. I'm glad that Deshaun contract is guaranteed for all the players back in the day that they gypped. I'm glad they paid him that. I'm glad he got, I don't know how, I'm glad he got the 230. Yes, indeed. I'm glad. I hope he enjoy every penny of it. Now, Shador, he gonna have to wait. He gonna have to wait. And it sucks because that's the hand he was dealt. Because you know why it sucks? Because look what they're doing with Cam Ward. Cam is gonna get a lot of money. That bonus was guaranteed, the bonus money. But then you have, depending on what he does, the second year and the third year, he could sign a max deal. Shedeur is not in position to do that just yet. Unless Watson gets hurt and he go out there and ball out. And then take over like that. It seemed like that's going to be his trajectory right now to get there. Unfortunately, something has to happen to Deshaun. But what if Deshaun comes back and completely tears it up? What if he come out there and just have a breakout season? Shedeur is really gonna sit. He's really gonna sit. They're not gonna let him go. Shedeur will sit. He'll be a backup. But there's a lot on the line here. He wants to be the starter. There's a lot on the line. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot on the line. He wants to be the starter and the franchise player and everything. Because it comes with a lot of money. It comes with a lot of money. But as of right now, we got to wait and see what Deshaun do on opening day. Because he might come out and just kill it. And I'm not wishing nothing on Deshaun, but that's just the hand Shedeur was dealt here. Shedeur, I thought he was at the very least, was going to go to the New York Jets. At the very least. When he was getting drafted. Because the Giants fell through. And then I thought he was going to at least fall. Okay, at the very least, he'll fall to the second round and go to the Jets or something. But then when the second round passed, his name still wasn't called. I said, okay, surely he's going to get drafted in the third round. Nope. After that, I knew what was up. And I went back to what Roger Goodell said to him. He just missed it. He didn't. He didn't miss it. He said, he said, what you mean? What? He said, I'm more worried about your dad. And he said, what they got to do with him? I knew it. I go back to that. It's like they knew something. They knew something was coming. I know how these people think. They don't say nothing to them. They'll laugh in your face. They'll laugh in your face, and behind those board meetings, it's us against them. That's how they feel. But that draft is starting to come back again, because if he had got drafted to, remember, we thought he was going to the Giants. Remember, he had Giants cleats and stuff. I'm like, I thought maybe he knew something, because usually people know where they're going before the draft comes. I was thinking that maybe the Giants said, yeah, we getting you, because he had the Giants cleats. You remember him throwing with Malik Neighbors. He had the Giants cleats. But apparently that's where it went wrong at. It was with the Giants. That's where it went wrong. They didn't like what he said. That's what people are saying. This didn't have nothing to do with football. Because if it had something to do with football, he would have got drafted in the first round. No later than the second round. Just off his skill alone. Just off his skill alone, he would at least win the second round, at the very least. Just off the skill alone. And no quarterback is perfect. Every quarterback has hang-ups, right? But just off of his credentials and what he did and how he threw to the Heisman Trophy winner, that alone would at least got him to the second round. But the NFL, they said no. But he still got drafted though, and he's still hired as a NFL quarterback. Not a lot of people can say that they're an NFL quarterback. So it's just that he just got to wait. His timeline is just he got to wait a little bit. This is a long season. Something could happen to Deshaun, unfortunately, and he could go in. But if he plays the whole season and he has a pretty good season and get him in the playoffs, Shedeur sitting. He gonna be sitting for a while. Deshaun will play out the rest of his contract there. So that's just the hand. You just gotta wait. There's a lot of quarterbacks. There's a lot of great quarterbacks that have waited. Don't you remember Steve Young? Didn't Steve Young wait? Steve Young in the Hall of Fame now. And he waited. How many years did Steve Young wait before he became the man? Because you don't play before Joe Montana. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how good you are. You're not playing before Joe Montana. Okay? You're not playing before Joe. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league right now that's better than Joe Montana. I can tell you this. There's not a lot. Not a lot. If you grew up when I did and you watch Joe Montana play, you will know there's just not a lot of quarterbacks like that. So nobody's playing before Joe Montana, and he had to wait. And now he's in the Hall of Fame. So just because he had to wait a little bit don't mean that Shador is not going to go on to have a great career. He could go on, Shador can go on right now and have a Hall of Fame career after it's all said and done. But we just have to wait because his career is pending. So people are so quick they want him to start. It's not happening that way. That's just not how the hand he was dealt. He wasn't dealt the same hand as Cam Ward. He wasn't. You said the coach doesn't have an issue with what Shiloh said. Well, no, the coach doesn't. This ain't got nothing to do with the coach, though. The coach didn't draft Shedeur. The coach wasn't the reason why Shedeur fell the way he did. This ain't got nothing to do with football, the way he fell. That ain't got nothing to do with the coach, this current coach, because he wasn't there when it happened. And I believe he likes Shedeur. And I believe that he could feel that Shedeur is the future. But my point is here, right? How long did Steve Young wait? Anybody remember? He waited about 4 years, 5, before he became the man. I'm talking about Steve Young. No, I know, but I'm just reading it to add on to what I'm saying. Canada. I just like your comment. I just wanted to add on to it, right? And that's a good thing what you said. The coach is happy with Shedeur. And he ain't got no problem with what Shiloh said. But I just know how the system is set up. And here's the thing. Shiloh is in a new profession now. He's in the media. So he's going to be outspoken. And I knew Shiloh was going to be outspoken because his dad was outspoken. If you ever notice, Shiloh, Shedeur, and Bucky, they're like different expressions of their father in different points of his career. They're all the same. They're all just like him. Shedeur has that confidence. Shiloh is outspoken. Bucky got the rise and shine and flash. You see what I'm saying? They all different expressions of him. So I already knew he was going to be outspoken. And he might have thick skin. He's okay with the heat. But do I agree with Mary Kay? No, because see, Mary Kay spoke too soon. You cannot name Deshaun the starter yet. You just can't because we don't know how his leg is responding. And I saw a move he made in practice, right? When he rolled out, he did like a 360. He was moving slow. I saw it. It was like he wasn't like it. You just had to see it. He was moving a little slow, and in fact, his leg was shaking a little bit. Now, is he going to come back and be like how he was? Probably not. But as long as the leg hold up, he's going to start until he mess up. Now, if he mess up, it's Shador going in. That's just what it is. Because there's a reason why Shador's still there. They see some promise in him. So you got to look at it like that. It's like good and bad. And then also he's very popular too. The fans like him. But if Deshaun get out there for the first 5 games and blow it up, I mean not blow it up, but do a bad job, then 12 better be ready. He'll be ready to go. He'll be ready to go. But Deshaun is an old veteran though now. He's been around a while. Remember he was with the Texans. So he knows his way around these games. So we'll see. That's his benefit that he has. He's a veteran. But if he mess up and they're not winning, then I could see them going with Shador for sure. For sure, I could see them going with him. Um, yeah, I could see them going with him. I don't see why not. He's the up and coming. And then also you can see who they acquired. They're trying to revamp their offensive line, so they worked on that in the draft. Got Fano, right? They got him. They also got a receiver, another receiver to help out with the receivers that they already have. Remember, they got Isaiah Bond and they got the tight end, Harold Fannin Jr. They have the tight end. They got Isaiah Bond, and they also got Judkins as the running back. So they got some nice positive things they got on offense right now. So I like how they added that receiver. And then they still have Jerry Jeudy. So they going in the right direction here. They trying to get that offense together. And then the quarterback that they got, he's not getting dropped. They like him. Because I know the coach probably think I can put him at wide receiver. If he got all those attributes and he can run that fast and jump that high, well, why not let him catch the ball? So that's just another added weapon that they can use. I think they did the same thing to. Did Tyrod Taylor play wide receiver for a minute before he went back to quarterback? Yes, I believe he did. But he went back to quarterback, though. Antoine Randall L. was another one to play for the Steelers. Antoine Randall L. But he went back to quarterback. I can't think of the other quarterback right now. I can't think, but they trending in the right direction with the draft. They did good in the draft. You said, what if Shedeur fails? Then his career, he's done. He'll go to another team. If he fails there, he'll go to another team and then start over again. And sometime you might need a change of scenery. It'll be a change of scenery for him. And then if it fails there, then he'll be done. That's just how the NFL works. But we can't say if he's going to fail because last year he showed me something. What he showed me was with they didn't really have him as the premier quarterback on the team, right? And he still showed some signs of doing really well. Despite, early on throwing the trainers and stuff in practice, and that's what they had him doing. Not showing him priority, not working out with the first team defense, and he still managed to show some signs of greatness. So that is a very good positive thing, to fight through the adversity and still make some things happen. That's what I like about it. I like his ability to be calm under pressure. That's what I like. He doesn't show it all the time. He doesn't show it. If he's mad, he's not going to show it. And that's what I like about him. He's poised. He's always even keel, even when the game is on the line. Even when the reporters ask him crazy ass questions. I still like how he handles it. You see what I'm saying? He handles it in a really good way. That's a very good positive attribute to have, because he's a leader. So that's what I take from him. He has a huge upside, but he has to be with a team that believes in him. You said Shiloh was on Coach JB's show last night. I saw that. Braxton Miller. Ohio, you right about that. Braxton Miller. Ohio State. Terrell Pryor. Ohio State. You right. Mac Jones. Damn, you just naming them all, bro. Yeah, they all, for sure. They were able to transition. You said that's why they target him, because he's on the Coach JB show. But see, here's the thing. See, Shiloh, Shedeur is he's in a leadership position on the team, right? The quarterback is a very important position. It's a political position as well, right? The quarterback position is very political. He has to be politically correct. He can't just say anything. And even the people close to him, they can't even just say anything. That's how deep it is. They can't, because it'll reflect back on them. Don't you think they want to, like Bucky want to say a lot? I bet you he do. But it's going to come back on Shador if he does. It's just the way it is. He's in a political position. It's politics in the NFL. He's a quarterback. He has to be, it'd be a certain way. That's just, but think about this though. He's a quarterback in the NFL. That's saying a lot. He could be in the UFL, but no, he's in the NFL, and he's employed as a quarterback. So that comes with a lot of responsibility, especially if you're looking to be the starter of a franchise. It's very political. You should really try his hand at boxing. No. You mean he could try his hand at amateur? I mean, he can try his hand at because I used to box. He can try his hand at show. I mean, what do you call that? Yeah, he could try his hand, like you said, at the like boxing for show. Him boxing other celebrities. He can do that, but not professionally. He's too late. He's too late. Unless Shiloh has an amateur background that I don't know about. But he does have hands. But a regular boxer that do this for a living and has an amateur background will mop the floor with him. I'm just telling you. You have to learn boxing in the amateurs. That's where you learn boxing. It's in the amateurs. And that's where you get beat up at too. You get beat up a little bit and then you learn how to box. Boxing is different from street fighting. You got to learn in the amateur. See, that's the problem with Deontay Wilder. That he didn't really have a good amateur background, but however, Deontay has an equalizer. Is that right hand? So Shiloh might have an equalizer too. I don't know. It could be a right hand. But that's what Deontay has. He has the right hand, and Deontay, a real boxer, can beat Deontay Wilder, and we saw it in Tyson Fury. And the only reason why Tyson beat him is because he boxed him. He took away the right hand. And how did he take away the right hand? He was stepping to Deontay right side. He took away the right. And then when Deontay landed the right, he was able to muffle it. Even though he got caught one time. I don't know how he got up, to be honest with you. I don't know how he got up. Deontay Wilder's right hand is something of legend. It's deadly. But yeah, Shedeur can beat celebrities all day. He damn sure can. And I did see him box. He do have some good footwork. He does. So he definitely can beat these celebrities. But getting in there with like Floyd Mayweather, no. Floyd would kill him. It's just that boxing is a martial art they learn throughout the years. It's hard to explain. Like, I remember one time I learned the hard way. I was in the gym, and they said, "Hey, spar this guy." He was like the janitor. Well, not the janitor. He was part owner of the gym, but he was doing the maintenance in there. Older guy at the time. They said, "Hey, spar with him." You know what I said? Nah, I don't want to spar. I don't want to hurt him. I said that. He said, "Oh yeah, come on, let's go." He hit me with a punch. First of all, I didn't see it, and then he hit me with a body shot. The only thing I could do was take a knee before he continued to put some spoting on me, if you know what I mean. And it's block boxing is very technical as well. But yeah, Shiloh definitely got some hands. I saw it. He got some hands. He definitely can beat some of these celebrities for sure, which will draw a lot of money, a lot of attention, especially if he decides he wants to do that. Like you see what Krishan Rock is doing, that'll generate a lot of little buzz there. But he's doing good in what he's doing right now on his YouTube. He's doing really well. And the fact that he's making national attention is also a good thing as well. It kind of hurts Shador a little bit, but some people say bad publicity is better than none at all. So you can look at it that way. But Mary Kay, she ain't holding no weight right now. I mean, they're evaluating Deshaun. If they feel like Deshaun is ready, yeah, he'll start. But naming him the starter right now is not good. Not at this early juncture. Because he's just coming back. You just want to make sure he's ready. But a good, healthy competition in the quarterback room is good, though. We've seen it happen in Colorado with their quarterback position. They have Juju, and I'm assuming Juju's the starter. I'm assuming that. Because a lot of the writers up there keep talking about Juju, starting and stuff. So, and then, he got his feet wet last season. So I think Juju will be the starter. We'll see. Yeah. Can Shiloh beat Logan Paul? Yeah, he could beat Logan Paul. But the only problem is Logan Paul been fighting a minute. He's been fighting. He's been actively fighting. But I don't know. I have to see Shiloh really fight somebody. I see the potential in him. Yes, I see it. I see it, and he got power, as I can tell. Your power comes from your base. That's where your power comes from. But he also had big shoulders. That helps too. So yeah, and Shiloh's about, what is he, about 6 feet? He's not a small guy. He's not. I know he hits hard. He has to. He said, Shiloh said what needed to be said, that she needs to go cook. She needs to go fix a sandwich. That's not good. She's been around. She has credibility in the game. You might not know that, but she's been around a very long time. She has credibility in the space. Okay? To tell her to go cook a sandwich, that ain't gonna go over well. And she probably not even gonna respond to it. She's not even gonna respond to it. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Here's my question to you. I'm glad you said that. Do you think Mary Kay got at him too? Because you remember she said, well, Shedeur need to be at home yelling out plays to Shiloh. He need to be over there yelling out plays to Shiloh. And they said, why she say Shiloh? So she could have taken a dig at him. She could have, because she's an old pro. So I can tell that the reporters a lot of them don't like Shador. I could tell. But did you hear one of the reporters what he said? He said, yeah, you remember how I used to be the man at Colorado, but not so much here? That reporter doesn't like him for him to say that. That was a diss. And Shador handled it well. He was like, what do you mean by that? He said, I don't need nobody to tell me that I'm the man. I am the man. Okay? You remember that exchange? That wasn't a good exchange. They don't like him. That reporter didn't like him. For him to say that, he said, remember how you were the man? He took a diss at him. But Shador caught it. He was like, yeah, you remember how you used to be the man in Colorado, but you not so much here? That's a diss. That's an underhanded diss. I'm like, wait a minute. What you mean I'm not the man? I don't need you to tell me I'm the man. I'm the man. And Shador, that was the correct answer. You know why? Because if you're a leader of an organization such as that in the NFL, on an NFL team, you have to be the man. You have to feel like you're the man. And you can't sit there and wait for somebody to tell you the man, or you're not going to be a starter. Okay? So he answered it correctly, but he shouldn't have had to answer that. He shouldn't have had to respond to that. Trust me, I know the system. I know what they're doing. I know she's been covering it for several decades. I know she has. And she has skin in the game. She got skin in the game. And if she decides she want to respond and say, damn, he out of pocket, then they going to come for him. But she not going to respond, though. She kind of already threw a dig at him. Like, she said, yeah, he need to be home. But no, this is what she said. He need to be home barking out plays to Shiloh. She said barking. He need to be home barking out plays to Shiloh. Like, why did you bring Shiloh up? Like, what do Shiloh have to do with this? So she may have thrown a shot at both of them. She may have. But it's just the way she did it. So you said it seems like Shador rubs everyone wrong. They feel like his confidence isn't earned. They ignore everything he's done internally. I already told you, I know somebody, they feel like he's entitled. They feel like everything was handed to him. That's the sentiment. And he hasn't earned anything. But they know that he's a good player. They know he's a good player. But there's been a lot of, he's not the first father and son combo coaching player. Pistol Pete in college in LSU, his father was Press Maravich. He was the coach. And Pistol Pete was the player. So that's not the first father and son combination in the history of sports. Okay? Ain't nobody come down on Pistol Pete. I mean, no, how could you? Pistol Pete was nice. I mean, I'm just telling you. Pistol Pete was nice. And he died playing basketball. Did y'all know that? He died in Pasadena on a basketball court. He had a heart attack. He died playing basketball. That's how much he loved the game. Pistol Pete was the Magic Johnson before Magic Johnson. Okay? But his dad was Press Maravich at LSU. So I don't really care that Coach Prime was the coach his whole career. Can Shedeur play, yes or no? That's all I care about. Can he play? The answer is yes. Okay, since he can play, now what you gonna do with him? Obviously he can play or he would have never got drafted. He can play. But they might feel like um his confidence is not warranted. Like that's his dad's thing, not him. That's probably how they feeling. But the fact of the matter is he can play. That's the fact of the matter. He can play. I don't care about nothing else. Can he throw that ball though? Okay, can he pick the defense apart? Can he do a little magic with the ball? Can he run the ball? Yes, he can. Everything else he'll get better with. He's still got improvements to make. He'll improve as he go along in his career. However, the organization has to be behind him. See, I'm going to continue to talk down on the Browns until he go to the Jets. Okay? So I don't like the Browns. I'm just letting you know this. So I'm biased. I don't like the Browns, and I don't like him on the Browns. Okay? So any little negative coverage that's going to come up, I will be back. Because I know y'all like, damn, you haven't been around. No, I have not. But as soon as something negative happens, I'm there. Because I don't want him with the Browns. I want him with the Jets. The Jets needs a quarterback. Why can't he come to the Jets? That's my question to you. Why do I have to keep being bitter every season? Every season, I turn into a full-fledged hater. Every season. Okay? The Jets hasn't won nothing since I've been born. They haven't won nothing. In my finesse 2 times voice, nothing. They haven't won nothing. We can't even win the services of Shador. Okay? So I'm just a bitter Jets fan. That's all. And I don't like him with Cleveland. That's just what time it is. I don't like Aaron Glenn either, even though he played for the Jets. I don't like him as a coach. But that's just me. You saying, aren't y'all getting Arch? Casey. Arch is still in college. I'm talking about this season. Why can't we get Shador? Okay? Why can't we had an opportunity. The owner wanted Shador. But the Browns talking about, we're not getting rid of him. Y'all got 4 quarterbacks over there. And we need, Shador will be perfect in New York. Do y'all hear me? He'll be perfect in New York, man. And that way, because I don't live too far from the stadium. And matter of fact, when the World Cup comes, because the finals is going to be at MetLife Stadium, just let y'all know. Okay, opening games of the World Cup is in Mexico City. So the World Cup is very historic this year. It's going to be in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. The finals is right there where the Giants and Jets play. Oh, yes. And guess I'm going to be there. Oh, yes. The nation I follow is Brazil. The nation I follow for the women is the United States. But for the men, I follow Brazil, the Samba Boys. Yeah, Pistol Pete was the man. And his dad, you remember he played for Press Maravich. His dad was Press. Yeah, Pistol Pete with Kyrie Irving. Check this out. Do y'all realize what Kyrie Irving and them doing is nothing new under the sun? Pistol Pete was been doing that. He been did all that. Kyrie Irving knows because he used to watch him. He watched some of his videos and learned a thing or two. Yeah, Pistol Pete was before his time. He was before his time, man. But I'm just a little bitter. Don't worry. I'm just because I want Shador with the Jets. I'm tired of hearing about him with the Browns, man. Why can't he come to the Jets? Because look, if he comes to the Jets, we ain't got to worry about him starting. He's starting. He's starting. No matter if they win or lose, he's starting. Because Shador, how he is, he will be perfect in New York City. I mean, excuse me, New York City and New Jersey, because damn, they play in New Jersey. They keep saying New York, and they play in Jersey. Okay, they play right here in Jersey, but he'll be nice. He'll be nice right here. We would love to have Shador here. You kidding me? Please, you know when he do the watch and all that, we love that. We love all of that. But we can't get him right now. We have to wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait, BP. We're gonna have to wait because Shador could play this year. I mean, because I'm not trying to jinx Deshaun, but he injured his Achilles twice. That's not good. To injure it twice, it's not good. Hopefully, the doctor went in and fully repaired it. Hopefully. But yeah, to injure your Achilles like that is not good. You say, hey man, I'm in Brazil right now. You might know that. Oh, you in Brazil? You from Brazil or are you just there vacationing? Stay away from them termas. If you know, you know. I know you like, how do I know that? Don't worry about how I know that. But stay away from them termas. Okay? Stay away from the termas and be good out there. Slightly off topic, but did you catch the Buffton Prime crash out last weekend? What happened, Joseph? Are they all right? Is everything okay? Like, what happened with them? BP, listen, y'all don't mind me. I've been crashing out over this Cleveland Brown situation since last year because I went him with the Jets, and I thought I would, and people know I got my hopes up because the Jets owner was trying to get him, and guess what the Cleveland Browns owner said? No. He said no, just like that. Because we thought we were going to get him because he was like, yeah, we got a chance to get Shador, whoop de whoop, right? Okay, so we going to get Shador because, all right, y'all don't need him. Y'all got Dylan and all that. They said no. We not letting him go. Okay? We not letting him go. So I've been crashing out ever since then. So this is right down my alley. When Shiloh said to tell her to go have a sandwich, yeah, it brought heat on Shador, but you know what? Let her go have a sandwich. Go fix a damn sandwich. Okay? I hate to cover everything that's negative, but I don't want him in Cleveland, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. But I gotta wait. And you said T Cal been digging out Prime on X. I haven't seen anything on X. I haven't followed. He showed his true colors and talked about the Sanders. He said Dion failed his son. Failed his son. He got his son in the NFL. Shit, that ain't failing his son. He got his kids in the NFL, man. Bucky got a big channel. Shiloh got a big channel. Everybody making a piece of money. Hey, at the end of the day, that's a win in my book. I don't give a damn who make money. They all making money. You say he dogged out Shedeur in private messages last year, but he went public this year. You talking about Buffton Prime? I don't know. That's something that I don't know. He said he's been up to Colorado around the team. I had never been up there, so I don't know what his relationship is with Prime. I don't know. I don't know. Did they have a falling out? I don't know. People have falling outs, so it's people have fallen out, but I don't know what the reason. You said I don't go to the Mavs and Dolce Vitas. Yes, you do. See now, you said I don't go to the Mavs and the Dolce Vitas. Okay, okay, you don't. Well, you there having a good time then. You got some nice weather there too. I'm kind of Brazil. I don't know if I told you. I went to Brazil years ago, and I had a really good time. That was right when Carnival was kicking off. Yeah, I'm a Jets fan, and I've been dogging Cleveland all year. All year, everybody knows that. Everybody knows how I feel. Somebody, you know what? Somebody inboxed me. I know you were coming. As soon as Shiloh said that, I knew you were getting ready to back it up. I knew you were coming. That's right. He said she needed to go sit down and fix a sandwich. Okay? But see, here's the thing. Did Mary Kay get at Shiloh, though? She may have. Because she said, yeah, I think Shador need to be home barking out plays to Shiloh. And then Shiloh, like, why is she bringing me up? She might be throwing a shot. I don't know. And then I know one of the reporters, come on, Shador, you might as well just come to New York, man. He might as well just come to New York at this point. Because New York need a quarterback. So he might as well just go ahead. Because the one reporter said to Shador, you remember how he used to be the man in Colorado, this and that, but not so much here? They throwing shots at him. So yeah, man, just come on to New York so we ain't got to deal with all this no more. You speak Portuguese? That's the only thing when you go there. Mostly people speak Portuguese. Can you at least speak the language a little bit? If you can, you in business. If you could speak the language. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what Colorado gonna do this year. I'm just telling y'all because y'all coach in love, yo. I have to drag it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we might win a few games. I don't know. Coach is he's on cloud nine, yo. I ain't never seen Coach take this many vacations. Never. So I don't know. I don't know where, what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Coach in love, man. Coach in love, man. But I'm glad he enjoying his life. Because he don't play. You got to understand, Coach, after he retired from the NFL, he went in the broadcasting booth. And he was there for many, many years. He worked nonstop. You know what I'm saying? You say they would never win with Glenn as the coach. Hey, man, we'll see about this season. After this season, we'll see. And I like Aaron Glenn. He's a player. You said he's healthy. I think the team will do well. I hope so. But I'm hoping his mind is there, Casey, because every time I see him, he loved up. Every time I see him. Okay? Coach on cloud nine, man. He might not even be thinking about a playbook. I don't know. Yo, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Coach might be like, the hell with the playbook, man. Toodle bam. Boy, okay, you know a little bit. Muito bam. That's what I know. I know about the damn, I forget right now. Okay, so if you speak it very well, then you straight down there. You straight. You said she helping though. Prime ain't never had so much. I know, man. He looked like a different. He looked younger, don't he? Don't he look younger? Yo, she might be helping him. Coach looking young, man. I'm look older than he do. I look older than Coach, man. All this gray hair I got. I might have to get me a young Philly. You said he be lined in the back of practice like he playing safety. You talking about Coach? Yeah, he do. He do. He be sitting right there looking. And so maybe she yeah, I think she is helping. Because Coach is relaxed. He's in relaxed mode. And you need that. He needs that. So shout out to her, man. Okay? Shout out to him, man. But yeah, he's definitely healthier and feeling good this year. That's what it's all about anyway. It's all about him feeling good because football is secondary. Let's just be honest. Football is not that important. We want Coach to still be around talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? That means more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Talking his shit to the media because you know how he be doing with the media, cutting them off and all that. That's hilarious. But that's what we need. Football secondary, bro. At the end of the day, it's all secondary. It's the life that's more important. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you know what I'm saying? He went through a lot, yo. And he still, now he look young. So I don't know what she doing, but she got him looking mad young, man. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. Football is just something we talk about just to pass time. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment. But at the end of the day, man, um, by them doing this, it gives us all platforms and stuff, something to talk about. Don't get me wrong, I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nobody getting no views without Bucky and them. I'm sorry. And the reason we're getting views because what Shiloh just said. So they're helping us get views. I'm the only one admitting it. Everybody else act like it's them that's getting the views. Bullshit. All I gotta do is put Shiloh in the title. That's it. Or Prime or Shedeur. That's it. Okay? They the ones get me the views. Because I know how hard it is to get views because I got other channels. It's kind of hard. So make no mistakes about it. They are running the show. And I'm just here just talking about it. You say you like Coach Prime female friend, and he did that to keep him going. Now, he enjoying his life, lady. He is. He look young? Don't he look younger? And he looked like a lot of stress has been lifted off of him. He looks different. He out there giving it to the team, yelling left and right. He feel good. If he out there yelling, he feel good. You know what I'm saying? He feel better. He going at it. So that's what it's all about right there. Because he went through a lot. I didn't know he was going through that last season until he told us. Till we saw the video and everything. So, but like I said, football is secondary. But speaking of Mary Kay, I think Mary Kay was throwing a shot, to be honest with you. I don't know why she would do that. Why is she throwing a shot at Shiloh? Because she said, yeah, Shador need to be home barking out plays to Shiloh. Why she mention Shiloh? Did he rub her the wrong way? Like, what happened, Mary? Like, what's going on? So even Shiloh said, why is she mentioning me? I don't know, Shiloh, but you on her radar. Now we're gonna have to wait and see if she decides she want to answer him back. She might just be like, you know what? I might have been out of pocket. Let me just leave it alone. But she's been around a while, so we'll see. But anyway, it's good entertainment at the end of the day. It ain't that serious. It's just entertainment. But I like talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, lady, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We already know. Because if you think about it like this, regardless of Shador play or not, he's still a quarterback in the NFL. Not too many people can say that. So let's put this in its proper perspective. He is a NFL quarterback. He's not a regular person. There ain't nothing regular about him. Shador's not a regular person anymore. He's an NFL quarterback. Not many athletes around the country could say that. So we have to give that to him. I can't throw that football like he can. And you see how big Shedeur has gotten? You see how big he is? That's a big dude, man. He's gotten bigger. So Shedeur has a good upside. This is his second year now. He just getting started. You said at the same time Shiloh was signed to Tampa Bay. None of it made sense. What she said. Right, at the time he was signed to Tampa Bay. They weren't in the same place, but it's like maybe she knew something. And that's what Shiloh said, but like, what the fuck is her problem? Like, why is she mentioning me? She said he need to be barking out plays to Shiloh. You said you root for Coach Prime and his boys for a reason, and that reason I will keep to myself. Then you gonna keep it to you ain't gonna share it with us? She said that last season. Why Shiloh because it might have been festering with him, and he finally said it now. Now see, look, Mary Kay she's a veteran at this, so she knows she gonna fall back a little bit, and she might take another shot. We'll see. You said you're a huge Bears fan, but at least y'all got a quarterback, Camp. You said I feel like the Browns are playing with them. Something the Jets did with Tebow. At least Tebow, Tebow, you know what Tebow was a baseball player. He probably should have just stuck with baseball. After kind of like what Charlie Ward did, he went to basketball. When Charlie Ward was at Florida State, he won the Heisman Trophy, right? And he went to the Knicks. I think Tebow should have went to the Mets, like he was supposed to do, because Tebow's a good baseball player. Now you might say, well, how come Jameis Winston didn't go play baseball? Well, he picked football and it worked out for him. But Jameis Winston could have easily been a pitcher in baseball. You said it's a whole plot against, you talking about the family? Well, at the end of the day, though, I don't think they really. You got to understand, with Prime, he's media trained. Prime knows how the media is, so he don't let it bother him. Because he's been dealing with the media since the 80s. So none of this stuff bothers him. But it don't bother Shador either. Shador don't let what they say bother him. You gotta have thick skin in this business, But Shiloh is in a different space. Shiloh is now a part of the media. So yes, he can give his opinion. I'm not gonna sit up here and say he shouldn't. Shit, if he feel like she need to go sit down and basically what he was doing was telling her to have a fucking seat. He didn't mean to tell her like you only good to go cook in the damn kitchen. He didn't mean it like that. He meant to have a fucking seat. Okay? But you keep throwing shots at us. Just have a seat. Go fix a sandwich or something. That's what he meant by that. When he said go take a seat. Go fix a sandwich. Go take a seat, lady. Okay? Because it's too early to name a quarterback anyway. But she did say, I think they need to pick Deshaun now. I think they need to name him QB1 now. God damn, we only in minicamp. But that's, you said you think they did eventually get in Shador head. I mean, well, Shador is, he's human being. I'm not saying he that none of this stuff gets to him, but at the end of the day, he probably puts it in his proper perspective, though, right? It comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Then again, let me think about this. Are they doing that to Joe Burrow? Because Joe Burrow stay hurt. I have to look at his local media, see what they're doing with him. Because I know they wanted him to replace Joe Burrow. Remember how they wanted to draft Shedeur? Because I think they know Joe Burrow gets hurt a lot. So they could have used Shedeur as well. Coach Prime personally, when he was drafted by the Falcons in 1989, Atlanta had 2 first-round picks that year. The other pick was Sean Collins, and were running buddies. Oh, you were running buddies with Sean Collins? You said they're not doing this to any other NFL. You right about that. I was thinking about, are they doing this to Jameis? No. Joe Burrow? No. Let me think about this. Cam? No. But why do you think they're doing this to Shador? Why do you think, Amber? The Browns just got the quarterback from Arkansas, and coach really likes him too. You talking about the one they just drafted? They only show this type of hate to the Sanders. But why do you guys think that though? Why do you not why you think that? So, excuse me. Why do you think that's the case? Not why do you think that, but why do you think they're doing that? That's my question. I think I know why. It's because they've been doing this with Prime when he was playing. You played at Arkansas for a short time. Honestly, I feel the NFL is sort of intimidated by the Sanders family power. They do have it. Let me tell you, like, for him to not, because last year they ain't win that many games. Colorado, and everybody still was talking about him. So they do have some power. You said think about it. The Sanders gave more fans. Yep, he got a lot of fans, and also his jersey sales were high. And he still, you remember on draft night when Shador was there, all the fans taking pictures with him, and because he's a relatable kind of guy, you can actually go have a conversation with him. You said they know they have power and don't want them to get too big. Um, but the thing is, though, like Shador, the fans just like him. You know what I'm saying? Because at draft day, everybody was like on him. He was the center of attention. Shador was the center of attention. He commands that, just the way it is. He got that it. You said this thing with Shiloh saying it make no sense. Well, it was a delayed reaction because she said that last season that he needed to be throwing to Shiloh and barking out plays to Shiloh. And then she said this, oh, I think Deshaun needs to be the starter. He just protecting his little brother. That's it. Remember Shiloh, the big brother. And he acts like it too. He's the big brother. You see did you see Shador's latest vlog? And Shiloh called checking up on him. That's like a big brother checking up on his little brother, making sure he's all right and he's feeling okay. That's all that conversation was about. He just checking on his little brother, making sure he's all right. They know Shedeur could possibly be Brady 2.0, and they're afraid of that. He definitely has the tools and the capability to be that. Now, remember how people were saying that he don't really watch film and all that? You remember last year in his vlogs when he was at his house, when he was in his office? What was he doing? He had the playbook and he had the stuff on the TV going over film. He studies film like nobody's business. He, listen, Shador don't even go nowhere. If you notice, he stays in the house. I mean, if he not working out, if he not at the facility, he's in the house. He don't go out. You don't see him um, out there with Megan Thee Stallion. Let me leave Megan alone. Shout out to Megan. But what I'm saying is you don't see him in the club. You don't see him outside. I mean, if he is, he taking a trip somewhere. You know, Shador is bougie. You know, he in Italy somewhere. You know how he do on the French Riviera. He's somewhere like that. Okay, which is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? He's somewhere on a yacht in the French Riviera. Right? That's his idea of going outside. But he's not in the clubs and stuff like that and, you know, getting in trouble. He's a good kid. These are regular guys. The thing is, what I think about them is they're regular people. They just happen to have the Sanders name, but they're just regular people. You can tell how they interact with people when people talk to them on the street. They're just regular guys. Just so happen everybody know them. You said Jerry Glanville traded him to Cleveland when Andre Rison first left. Atlanta was also traded. Damn, you said Jerry Glanville. You're right. He's to play the coach of the Falcons. Damn, you said that was a while back, Jerry Glanville. So they just regular people, man. It's just that, you know, they got a name. But they're very personable. They can relate. They can talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about them. They're very cool people. But, you know, at the end of the day, like Bucky said, like, look, we don't always turn the other cheek now. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're human beings. If you're going to get at us, we're going to get at you sometime. Now, just like this, for example, the 0 to 60 guy thought Prime was talking about him. But Uncle Neely came out and said Prime wasn't even talking about him. When he was talking about they hiring people at this network. He wasn't talking about him. He was talking about somebody else. So, but shout out to them. Everybody be watching. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. They could win 3 games next year for all I care. I still like it. I still like talking about it. You know, Colorado. Because let me tell y'all something. Coach Prime ain't going nowhere unless he want to. You know why? How much revenue and attention has he brought to that university? Think about it. He ain't going nowhere unless he want to. You know what I'm saying? You know when they'll start winning? When they get more money for circulating in there to pay the players. And I heard that they just had somebody donate $6 million. So there's some money coming in. You know, they just need a little bit more. That's it. Because if he really feel good and he get out there really recruiting, it's going to be game over. So, but the fact of the matter is, I like it, man. I like the whole conversation. I like that Shiloh is in the media and we all talking about it. Because his views are only going to go up from here. They already up, but they about to go way up. Because now, oh shoot, Shiloh, you know what he going to say next? You know, like that. He know what he doing. Definitely know what he doing. But shout out to them. Shout out to the team. Everybody getting ready. Shador looks good. He looks in shape. Um, but Shador is in a position though. He has to be ready because if something happened to Sean, Shador has to go in. Or we don't know yet. He could be the starter, but Deshaun might not be ready yet. We don't know yet. So we just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen. You said, I wonder if the other players feel about the situation. They probably tired of the distractions that come with Shador. Nah, they don't. They don't care. I don't think so. These are professionals. Everybody making money at that level, so they just like whatever. You don't even hear them talking about Myles Garrett that much, do you? So hey, if all the attention is on Shador, that takes the attention off everybody else. No, I don't think they care. Shador is liked on the team. I heard that all the players like him. He's a likable guy. So no, they're not tripping off Shador. He didn't do nothing wrong. He just come to work every day. That's Mary Kay, the one saying that Deshaun needs to be the starter. That's her saying that. But her opinion holds no weight to the coach. So it is what it is. We got a new regime over there. But I wonder, they're gonna ask Shador about this. I wonder what he gonna say. He could probably be like, well, that's his opinion. You know how Shador is. He real cool. Like that's his opinion, and ask him. That's what I would do if I was Shador. Ask him. Like, he the one said it. Yeah, but do you agree with him that she needs to go sit down and cook a sandwich? No, he means that she need to go have a seat. But that's him. You need to ask him how he feels about that. I know how to talk to the media. You need to go ask them. Ask Shiloh what he felt. I didn't say it, did I? Did I say all that? No. Next question. Okay. Next question. So, Mary Kay. Mary Kay Cabot. But anyway, that's Mary Kay. Guys, I'm out of here. Been here for about an hour. I will catch you guys on the next one, which will be tomorrow, because we're getting closer and closer now to the summer. And, a lot of things is happening. And the team is getting ready. So it's a lot to talk about this year. But people crashing out on coaching them, I don't listen to all that. It's what it is. I like the experience, of talking about the team and Shador and stuff like that. Shador preparing for his second year in the NFL. See how time fly? He's already preparing. He's already in his second season. Travis and a few others. So